Egos and elitism are prevalent in every competitive gaming community. Back in my Halo days, if you are an above average player and someone was better than you better believe that they're going to be talking trash. Here I thought maybe if I switch to NHL, be more competitive here, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to escape from all of the egos and people who just want to tell you how much better they are than you. But alas, if you get into the higher divisions in Hockey Ultimate Team, or maybe like in the top 100 in Versus, everyone that you beat will likely send you a message and tell you that you shouldn't have won that game because they are so confident in their ability that they're way better than you. Occasionally, they might even blame it on Ice Tilt, though using Ice Tilt in Versus is kind of weird when all of the teams are kind of very similarly rated. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about all the unsportsmanlike messages that you receive after a game because it makes the person sending the message feel a lot better about themselves knowing that they just got it out there. Got it off their chest, you know? But it's such an epidemic. I wish I could show you guys my messages from last year at NHL 16 when I was climbing up the leaderboards from the top 100 to the top 10. Some of these guys would want rematches. I'd give it to them, beat them again, shut them up for good. Other times, I broke down their game apart and told them exactly what they were doing wrong, and that also shut them up pretty well. But maybe I shouldn't have been so kind because now they're improving on their game, becoming better players, and that's not really like the outcome that you want for a trash talker. So it's something that's always grinded my gears, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Some of you guys may not be at that position yet, but I do want to direct you to be much better people. Don't go down the path that these guys are going down, where they're just free to just run their mouths and just talk a lot of crap because they're upset or angry over a loss, or even if they win, you know, you don't have to like rub it in someone's face that you won. So that's why I want to talk about Reddit's own NHL Hut and why they are the friendliest NHL community. I'm glad I discovered them, and I'm proud to be a part of them. They might have their hiccups at times, but these guys really do care about each other. They care about making each other better, whether it's through giveaways or offering advice, tips to the whole community, or even to people individually who inquire some assistance. These guys will spend time with them in a one-on-one session for a few games, or might just even take the time to respond to them in a well-thought-out post. It's something that I love seeing out of this community. They stray away from all the stuff that I mentioned in the first part of the video, and if you're not a part of this community, I do recommend that you check them out, see for yourself what they are like, because they will certainly make you feel welcome. Unless you ask like the same question that they've seen like every day, then they might get a little bit upset and tell you to look at the search bar. But other than that, I'm sure you'll be okay. Let me show you guys another cool thing about them. I'm going to type in GG into the search bar here because the Reddit community loves to say good game when they match up against one another. And the top post here says the kindness of strangers, or why you should always say GG, because it certainly goes a long way. But I'm going to sort this by new posts so you guys can see how much of these posts exist within the past month. And there's quite a lot of them. You usually see one every few days, which is pretty good considering you're not going to get matched up against a fellow member of the community very often. Though this post says, when someone says GG after you double their shots and time on attack, okay, well that might be a little bit sketchy because you might be rubbing it in then as well. What I like to do if I do get into situations like that where I win by a lot of goals is ask the other person if they're interested in some advice or tips, trying to like word it nicely so that I'm not like trying to be mean about it, just to help them out and so that we can have a much more prosperous community and a much more friendlier community at that. I imagine that if I help someone out there, they'll remember that, and in the future, if they get into situations where they kind of just, like, I guess, overwhelm someone, they can offer their own help so that that mentality just keeps trickling down and kind of try to get it to everyone, spread it to everyone, but not like a disease, because egos and elitism is more like a disease that you don't want to be a part of, and then you're fighting against it with good sportsmanship. So there are going to be times when you're playing a game and you lost a game, but you think you should have won. You'll be mad, you'll be upset, whatever the case may be. First of all, may I direct you to Ilya Brizgalov's Why You Have to Be Mad video. But second of all, let me say that I get like that too, so you don't have to hide it or anything like that. What I don't want you guys to do is direct it at the person that you just played against. That's the worst thing that you can do. Or don't even direct it at anyone in real life either. That is the worst thing that you can do. Correction. Don't hit your dog just because you lost a game. If you want, you can hug him. Just hug him really tightly. Not too tight. Don't squeeze him too tightly to suffocate him. But just make yourself feel better with a hug. Whatever the case may be, I will get mad mid-game, but I'm in a party and I don't let the other person hear me get mad. So then after the game, you can go in and send a message saying GG, so it doesn't sound so hypocritical. Sometimes you may have to blow off some steam before you send the message, so do that, but don't blow it off in the message. Instead, you can wait a little bit and then send the GG afterwards. On the flip side, if someone does send you a trash-talking message, all you gotta do is ignore them. Maybe say GG once, that's it. Don't get into an argument. Don't start to buy into what they're saying, because maybe after a while, some people might actually do that because they keep hearing it so often. So by ignoring them, you're not wasting time. You can do more important things in life, like play another game of hockey. It may take a while to get a lot of people on board with this kind of philosophy, and some people may never change because they've been doing that pretty much their whole life, being bullies. Maybe some people want to know what it feels like to be a bully, so they started doing that recently. But it's not a very productive thing to do. And what I want you guys to get out of this is the idea that it's much better to face someone who is nice about the win that they got. Also, I found if you're being a little bit more observant and realistic about a win by saying something like, I'm surprised you didn't score on a certain shot, or I can't believe that I was able to get through your AI on a certain goal, it certainly makes a loss sting less. And so with that, I'm going to be asking you guys for your help in promoting good sportsmanship amongst each other and everyone that you play against, so that we can be a better community. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. I'll see you next time.